What's good, family? It's your boy Ma back again with another video with
Marvelous Mom.
Man, y'all already know, man, when the grind what? When somebody's not here, the grind don't stop. Bro, I'm just gonna start talking. Stop. Today, guys, we're at the Chicago drill lyrics that really happened. Y'all be liking these videos, but let's get into it.
Drill is a genre unlike any other. While it's common for artists to rap about real-life situations, drill rappers take it a step further and tell their audience about all the wild things they've actually done in the streets. Here's a look at Chicago drill lyrics that actually happened. I saw him at the store, but I ain't have my mask. That's the last time that the ops getting a pass. On your ass, King Von and G Herbo. King Von was one of the hottest up-and-coming drill rappers from Chicago before he was tragically murdered in November 2020. Von was known for his storytelling ability, as well as the work he put in on the streets of Chicago, which resulted in numerous beefs with other rappers and ops in the city. One of Von's longtime rivals is a rapper named FBG Wooski, which is who he's talking about in this bar. Although originally from a section of Chicago known as Killer Ward, Von later moved to the infamous Parkway Gardens housing projects, also known as O Block. O Block is a stronghold for the Black Disciples gang and one of the deadliest areas in Chicago. It was named after a fallen member of the gang known as O.D. Perry, who was killed by ops from the STL-EBT set of the Gangsta Disciples, who were known to be at war with O Block. FBG Wooski was a member of that same area, who's from the area of the South Side around 63rd and St. Lawrence, also known as Tukaville. So Von and Wooski already had beef solely based on their affiliations, but the feud between the two rappers went even deeper than that. Even though Wooski is a member of Tukaville, he actually grew up on O Block. One of Wooski's brothers was a BD, which gave him some protection. But at just 12 years old, Wooski was rumored to be behind the killing of a BD named Breezy, which intensified the war between the two sets. It's unclear whether Wooski was actually the killer or if it was just a rumor, but either way, he had to leave the area. This made Wooski a sworn enemy of the BDs already, but his personal beef with Von didn't get set off until 2011 when Wooski allegedly shot and killed an O Block member named Platoon, who was one of Von's good friends. The beef escalated even further after Wooski's cousin, Modell, was killed and rumors
Man, I thought we were talking about lyrics. That man talking about other stuff but lyrics.
Circulated that Von was a shooter. After that, Von and Wooski got into a heated Twitter war and the beef officially became public. During the online battle, Von claims that he saw Wooski at the store and almost finished the beef then and there. Wooski responds by saying that Von saw him in the store and was scared to look him in the eye. Von responds by saying that Wooski and his crew tried to lock the door when they saw Von. Wooski responds by saying someone ran up on them and they got scared and ran away. In the track On Your Ass, Von confirms that he saw Wooski that day and was about to smoke him, but he didn't have a mask and probably would have been recognized. Wooski claims that this was cap and Von was scared to face him one-on-one. Which side of the story is closer to the truth is hard to tell, but what is for certain is that the beef didn't end there. It did cool off for a while until Von was arrested for the murder of a man named Malcolm Stuckey in May 2014. Von, along with another BD named Big Mike, allegedly shot and killed Stuckey outside of a house party. According to witnesses, Stuckey was mean-mugging Von, so the rapper went to recruit Big Mike as backup. Then, they came back to the party and shot up the porch where Stuckey was standing. Stuckey was killed and several others were injured. Von and Big Mike were arrested for murder. At first, Mike agreed to testify against Von in court, but changed his mind at the last minute for fear of retaliation from the BDs for snitching. As a result, the prosecution didn't give much evidence and Von was acquitted. Instead, Mike was found guilty of the murder, even though Von is rumored to be the one who fired the shot. Check out our video on rappers who beat a murder charge for more info on this case. Mike happened to be the brother of none other than FBG Wooski, which reignited the beef between him and Von after the rapper was released from jail. The war between Von and Wooski continued until the rapper was killed. While Von was locked up, an O Block member named HK was murdered outside the entrance to Parkway Gardens. Wooski later claimed credit for the hit in the diss track called Computers. The BDs responded by shooting up a funeral that Wooski was attending and hit him in the head. The rapper survived, but it was a slow recovery, and by the time he was back on the street, Von had been tragically killed in an unrelated situation involving Savannah rapper Quando Rondo. But even though Von is now dead, the war between O Block and Tukaville continues to this day. But that wasn't the only time Von rapped about almost finishing his ops. In this next song, he claimed he had caught several bodies and even gave the street name to one of his victims.
That's what's your name? I never knew that. That's Asian though.
Oh, I was finna say, I was finna call her Dow or something.
I didn't know that.
Several bodies and even gave the street name to one of his victims.
I walk around the
He tried to run it, but it ain't end right. They call that the can't get right. King Von, bless the booth freestyle. King Von wasn't just a rapper who talked about street shit for the clout. He really lived the life he talked about in his rhymes, and the work he put in on the street was well documented. He even admits it himself in many of his songs. In the beginning of his freestyle, he drops the bar, "Let's talk bodies, I got several," and that fact is well documented. Von is rumored to be responsible for at least 4 murders in Chicago. The first was Wooski's cousin Modell, who Von allegedly caught lacking outside a mall and shot in the chest out of retaliation for Wooski's killing a platoon. There was also a rumor floating around that Modell and some other dudes caught Von alone and whooped his ass, which also contributed to the shooting, but this is pure internet speculation. Either way, Modell was found dead with a gunshot to the chest, and Von is believed to be the killer. Around the same time that Von shot Modell, he also allegedly participated in the murder of a member of Jarrell City, a set of the GDs that's allied with STL-EBT named P5, aka Crack. In October 2012, Von, along with 2 other members of O-Block named J Money and T-Roy, allegedly caught P5 lacking and shot him several times, taking his life. J Money is credited with delivering the fatal shot, but it would be the second murder within 2 weeks that Von participated in, including Modell. The next body that King Von allegedly had was a female op named K.I. K.I. was a member of STL-EBT set who was rumored to be one of the deadliest shooters in Chirac history. Despite being ops, she and Von used to flirt with one another on social media. But despite looking
I don't think it was flirting. I think it was flirting to the point like
I was trying to catch her up.
trying to catch her. I don't think it was like that type of flirt.
Trying to get her to let down her guard. And she probably was flirting back, trying to do the same thing with him.
Like any normal girl, K.I. was a deadly assassin who was rumored to be one of the people responsible for the death of O.D. Perry, the BD member who O-Block was named after. K.I. was shot and killed in April 2014 on the 6400 block of South Eberhard Ave at just 17 years old. Rumor has it that Von, along with another member of the BDs named Big A, was behind the shooting. Big A was later killed by K.I.'s brother, G.I., as retaliation for his sister's murder. Check out our video on Chicago drill lyrics that actually happened, part 2, for more info on this case. Another murder that Von has under his belt was the killing of Malcolm Stuckey. Although Von was acquitted of the murder, he is rumored to be the one behind the trigger and was only let off due to insufficient evidence, along with Mike's refusal to testify. Not long before Von was killed, Stuckey's sister posted on Instagram about how she can't believe Von killed her brother, then went on to become a famous rapper. But Von doesn't stop there. In the same freestyle, Von goes on to address even more street beef that went down in Chicago. Further on in the verse, he raps, "I was trying to score for White White. We was shooting shit on sight." White White was another member of O-Block who Von witnessed get murdered. White White was one of Von's good friends, and it's alleged that he was killed by members of Jarrell City, along with none other than FBG Wooski. White White was killed in 2012, and his death is believed to have led to the killing of both Modell and P5. Von not only rapped about White White's death, but he also talked about it on Twitter years later, claiming that White White was killed on his birthday, August 9th, 2012, and he had just bought him a pill. He left him outside standing on the block and went into a store to buy something. After that, he heard gunshots and ran outside to see his friend lying dead on the ground. White White was just another victim of the ongoing street war raging between the GDs and BDs.
That's my first time ever hearing about him.
Right.
White White. That's my first time hearing about him.
In this bar, Von claims that he and White White were ready to shoot at ops on site, whether it was Tukaville, Jarrell City, or any other op. In the final bar of the freestyle, he raps, "He tried to run, but it ain't end right. They call that the Can't Get Right." Can't Get Right was another member of the STL-EBT set of the GDs who was shot to death on the corner of 63rd and Vernon in the South Side of June 2018. Along with him was fellow STL-EBT member FBG Duck, who was also shot but survived. Also present was a 43-year-old bystander named Troy Hampton, who was unfortunately killed. FBG Duck was a popular rapper and known enemy of O-Block. Duck was considered to be representing the GDs in the music industry before being killed in August 2020 and was known to trade diss songs back and forth with O-Block members like Von and Lil Durk. Before he was killed, he dropped a crazy diss song where he openly disrespected several dead members of O-Block, which many believe was the reason he was killed. Can't Get Right was Duck's man.
Right there.
Yeah, I think we reacted to this song. We did react to this song, his last song he dropped.
I do believe so.
And it was featured in many of his videos. The shooting was captured on a surveillance camera and shows the whole thing going down. You can see Duck, Can't Get Right, and the innocent bystander who just happened to be sweeping the street. They see the dudes coming and try to hide behind the car. The attackers run up and shoot all 3 men, including the city worker Troy Hampton, who wasn't just caught up in the crossfire, but was also targeted. The shooters probably didn't want to leave any witnesses, and from where Troy was standing, he would have seen the whole thing go down.
Yes, they shooting him. Come on now.
Why do I feel like I seen this video?
See, look, what? They go
Come down.
This video
you can see
before.
Duck, Can't Get Right, and the innocent bystander who just happened to be sweeping the street. They see the dudes coming and try to hide behind the car. The attackers run up and shoot all 3 men, including the city worker Troy Hampton, who wasn't just caught up in the crossfire, but was also targeted.
Wait, so the other dudes didn't die? Or they did die?
I'm not sure.
I can't remember, y'all, because if you that close of range and he didn't die, what's going on, man? Wait, what's wrong with your aim?
Shooters probably didn't want to leave any witnesses.
The man
from where Troy was standing, he would have seen the whole thing go down. Pretty cold-blooded to kill an innocent bystander who wasn't even involved. But on the streets of Chicago, no one is truly safe. Vaughn is not suspected to be the shooter in this particular case. However, it has been credited to other members of O-Block. Though Can't Get Right and Troy Hampton were just 2 more casualties in the ongoing war between O-Block and Tuckerville.
I'm just trying to think. I seen this video.
Probably seen it on Facebook. You know, Facebook will be showing all types of stuff.
Yeah, I think it was.
That was far from the only time King Von raps about real street stories in his music. In his next bar, he talked about how he almost got caught with a pistol at the prom, but gave it strapped to his date to avoid getting caught. I got this Glock on me, the police come, my shawty take the case. Nobody move, Moo-Wop featuring King Von. In this bar, Von is reminiscing on his high school days when he was almost arrested at the prom for carrying a pistol, but slid the strap to his girlfriend, Mina Red. For most kids, the prom is the time to get dressed up, take some pictures, and maybe even head to an after party and try to get laid. But on the mean streets of Chicago, any public gathering can lead to violence. That's why Von showed up, strapped, and prepared for action. On the night of the prom, Von showed up with Mina and another friend. At some point in the night, a fight broke out, and all 3 were arrested. But Mina wasn't just an innocent girl who got involved with the wrong crowd. She's the sister of another drill rapper named Tay600, and also dated the notorious 051 Melly, aka the Gravedigger of Chicago. So she knew exactly what she was getting herself into when she went with Von to the prom. When shit went down, she held the strap so Von wouldn't get charged with carrying a gun as a convicted.
And she like one of the girls who set you up. Get you killed.
Felon. But even though Mina kept it solid that night, their relationship fell apart after Von went to jail for the killing of Malcolm Stuckey. Von rapped about her several times in his music, claiming that he felt she was being disloyal while he was doing his business and was messing with the ops behind his back. After Von was killed, Mina talked about Von on an Instagram live session and claimed that even though their relationship ended, they were close friends up until he died. She says that even though he often dissed her in his songs, he would still call her every few months to check in, revealing that even the hardest savages have a soft spot. Even if their relationship did fall apart, there's no denying that Mina was a real one for holding a gun at the prom.
True.
Most girls probably would have folded under pressure. But Mina is also from the South Side, so she already knew how it goes when you're rolling with a crew of savages. If you like this video, check out some of our previous videos. From rappers and gangs.
It's a W video. That was a W video. See, he gotta be more specific.
Yeah, he should have just said King Von.
Right.
Yeah,
I think he even talk about different rappers. He's talking about King Von.
Right.
But, man, other than that, man, y'all already know what to do, man. Please like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, follow me, and shout out both on Instagram. I'm praying that the audio is working on this, y'all. I'm praying. But other than that, man, we're out of here.